because that's what Nyabinghi would have dedicated his life to. Dedicated his life towards positivity, towards consciousness, towards promoting life that was filled with brotherhood and sharing. And it is saddening that it comes home to us, because this is our home and we cannot escape it, none of us. And sometimes, despite all of our best efforts, we still have to see and live and face these challenges. But we give thanks and praise to an almighty creator who is just. We have that understanding that this life is one that is temporary, and even in the longest span of our natural lives, it is short. We celebrate that goodness. We celebrate the life of those who pass on, and we give thanks for the ability to share this space with them for whatever period of time. Just that smile, boy, I know, right? I know Nyabinghi will miss just that smile of his daughter. That love and that energy passed on, because it is also a cycle of us passing on goodness to our children as well, right? So I had to start the program on that note, as we continue to face these challenges and we understand how difficult it is, right? We're not in a period where, in the days when Nyabinghi was that big, I mean, he's big still, but in the industry, and the time where that type of conscious movement, where Sizzler, Capleton, Anthony B, others dominated the airwaves, dominated the mind space, right? The air, right? The airwaves. I listening to just the radio the other day, and some ads play, and just the frequency, not just the frequency, but the frequency, the often, the amount of times, not just the radio frequency, but the often, the amount of times an ad played, just in a short space of time, right? It stuck with me, and we really had to be careful with the frequency that is taking place today in our space, in our land, in the ears, in the air space of our children. We are 91.9 FM, The Street. We are trying to bring that frequency and that airspace of positivity to our people. We try to bring that consciousness. I would try to explain in the best way possible what is taking place in our land space here and internationally, so we could maneuver and we could apply love to it and survive, right? And survive and work towards a place where Trinidad and Tobago and our fellow men across the length and breadth of the world could thrive. We are on. I say we, right? I am on. Sometimes all I could do is speak for yourself, right? And even we let ourselves down sometimes. I am on the side of humanity. Alright, paramount. At the front and focus of my efforts are the people. And of course that includes everyone, but the masses of the people in particular. The masses of the people. And regardless of the positions that other people may take, my position is clear. Obviously, we have to be strategic at times. We have to be tremendously strategic because we want a certain outcome. We want a lifting of the people in Trinidad and Tobago. We want greater equality. We want knowledge and consciousness and wisdom to come back and to prevail. Because we see how negativity and destruction has been pushed on us. Selfishness and greed and everything that is sin, everything that is evil, strategically pushed on us. We lost our way sometimes. We lost our sense of morality in small and big ways. I don't feel it's just the man on the ground sometimes who lost, you know. Don't feel it's just the little you two. Stupid boy, oh gosh boy, you try to pull a woman out of a can, then you shoot, you know, one shot at her for what, boy? To take her car, to sell it, to get money, to what? To buy some things. That's what we're doing it for. That's what people doing it for on all levels. Taken. Vicious. Vicious. It's vicious, you know. And don't feel those. Yes. Those who don't have, whose parent, not even parents sometimes, who the system have where they are. Because it's systemic. Yeah, they're vicious too. And they need to stop that. They need to think. Oh God, Naya Bingi daughter, oh God. Regardless of who, somebody daughter, somebody son, somebody father, somebody mother. That it think it have no benefit, no benefit from that. That it think beyond the things and the temporary and the value. You know, and I said it before, we give value to the things. We propagate in the society a value to the thing, to the goal. We still placing around, okay, the mere neck gold chain to place value on things. To set in the mind, to set in that mind of that human being, this is it. This is what you should go for. And then as our youth go for it in an ignorant, stupid way. We chastise and criticize and bring them down to lower than human. But we violent, we vicious in this society towards the greed and accumulation. Those who have will not give. They just will not let go. In 2025, you see this society, you see how challenging and how difficult it is. And with the exception of a few, may God bless you all. And the sad thing is, with the exception of the few, like men like Nabingi, because that's a man who, no matter what, would help, would give. But with the exception of a few, those who amass and viciously grab and hoard, they just will not let go. They wouldn't release. And beyond that, they want more. They wouldn't say, all right, okay. You see, this timing, it's tough. Let flow. Give the poor, give who need now, boy. Give, let we increase our charity. Well, increase as if you even started, right? Systemic. And the people who we look to for leadership in the world, what are they doing? They're grabbing people land, they're grabbing people resources. They're destroying human life for wealth. Like, literally, they're killing women and children to make them great again. They see human beings as inconsequential, as not important. And inanimate objects, things, they value that more. But we could understand that. Just in our life, the way we live in this society, we could feel that. We could see that. But then if you feel that level of hate, if you feel that level of lack of care as a human growing up, then you, without that, become less than human. Because you take away that which really makes you alive spiritually. Follow me carefully. If we continue with this behavior, this lack of love, which Sugar Hollows and whoever else could have pinpoint years ago, nobody don't love nobody. If you don't put love into a human being, that human being becomes less than human. Environment shapes. Somebody gives you a bly, right? As we say in Trinbagonian language. Somebody give you a bly on the road. And automatically does something to your psyche. Right? Hopefully you're not so heartless that it don't jolt some positivity in you. Because sometimes you're rolling, some human beings rolling, or some creatures rolling, and they don't even have that spark, not even that gratitude. So that good act leads to gratitude from the next person who receives it. And then, in turn, you are then much more likely, if we do a psychological analysis, if we do a study, I am sure you are much more likely to then give somebody else an opportunity like the one that you were just given. Once you're grateful, once you have that spirit in you. But so early on in our society, we kill that spirit of love. With just a constant selfishness, greed, hate, Just a constant. Just a constant selfishness, greed, hate. What kind of... and then it breeds that. It breeds. We have a whole generation of selfishness, greed, hate. Me. I want. I don't have no love. Nobody don't love me. I don't love nobody. I don't care about nobody. It's probably one of the most used statements. I don't care. How you could not care? How in every aspect of your life and your thinking you could not put some care? And I have seen that. It can't change me. And as Naya Bengi said yesterday, you know, it ain't going to change him. It hurt. It hurt. But it's not going to change him from his lifelong mission, the way he live every single day. Not going to change him, and it should not change us. And the more we see that hate, selfishness, greed, that wickedness, is the more we need to apply love. Is the more we need to apply love. But it hurt, man. It tough. You know, so we really want to extend that love and in dedication to that family and to that tremendous individual as well. We want to extend that love. And we want to dedicate some good actions and some love. Help a youth, help somebody today. Give something out of kindness, out of love from your heart in honor. And let us see how we could change Trinidad and Tobago and improve it one loving act after the next. So we take the break and then we'll be back. We'll go into some of the more or the other current issues as well. All right, so blessings and good morning again to everyone.
Light up your weekends at Vibes Nightclub, Tobago's hottest spot. 3 epic nights of music and energy await every Thursday. Karaoke Thursdays. Kick off at 8 p.m. with free entry. Grab the mic, unleash your inner star, and sing all night. Beers on special for $10, 2 Campari for $25, and giveaways for the best singers. Every Friday, Limers Fridays. Kick off at 8 p.m. with free entry. Vibes with your crew and enjoy beers on special for $10, 2 Campari for $25, and 2 White Oak for $25. Every Saturday, Raw Saturdays. Everything goes, nothing but good vibes, free entry, and an all-star DJ cast to bring the vibes. Vibes Nightclub is where Tobago shines. Join us Thursday, Friday, and Saturday for music, fun, and unforgettable nights. Don't miss out. Your weekend starts at Vibes.
The #1 bookstore in Trinidad is having the biggest back-to-school sale for the holidays.
Shop at Sharon's Bookstore for the biggest back-to-school sale.
All your kindergarten, preschool,
primary, secondary school,
and tertiary education supplies at ridiculously low prices. Sharon's also carries a wide range of sneakers, socks, t-shirts, vests for girls and boys,
and much more items for school. So don't miss Sharon's back-to-school sale.
Now on Eastern Main Road, San Juan, Tunapuna.
2 locations at Trin City Mall, ground level and first level. We're also open on Sundays from 8 a.m. Check us on Facebook for up-to-date info and promotion. Also, message us for a quick response.
I love you.
The Trinidad and Tobago Council of Evangelical Churches, together with national cultural icon Mr. William Monroe, presents the first ever national concert of choirs, Divine Harmonies, Saturday, December 6, 2025, at the Grandstand, Queen's Park, Savannah. Choirs will be competing for prize money to the tune of $250,000, with the winner walking away with the grand prize of $100,000. We invite all church choirs nationwide to participate in this spiritual, cultural, and musical richness that will bring upliftment to our nation and redound to the glory of God. Tickets will be available August 15th from Maranatha Bookstore and outlets of the Trinidad and Tobago Council of Evangelical Churches. For more information, call 719-9599 or 497-0361. Divine Harmonies, ushering in the glory of God. This is Apostle Anthony Golson, and I'm inviting you to be there.
Miss the biggest price meltdown at Furniture Plus this summer. Shop dining room sets from $15.99, bedroom combos from $20.69, plus free delivery with select living room furniture. Shop the best deals at Furniture Plus today.
Planning your Tobago getaway? Choose the highest Google-rated car rental company on the island, O'Neill Auto Rentals Tobago. Located just minutes from the A&R Robinson International Airport, at O'Neill, we pride ourselves on being the most tech-savvy car rental company in Tobago. Our process is 100% digital. No paperwork, no long lines. From easy pickup to seamless returns, renting a car in Tobago has never been simpler. WhatsApp us now at 1-868-361-1042 to book your vehicle. Don't forget to mention promo code RADIO2 to receive a 5% discount on your rental. Send a WhatsApp message to 1-868-361-1042 today. That's 1-868-361-1042. O'Neill Auto Rentals Tobago, the easiest, most reliable car rental experience on the island.
Vehicle availability is subject to change. Driver must be at least 25 years old and have a valid driver's license to book. For more information, visit www.rentalcartobago.com.
Blessings in the wonderful name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. You are invited to listen to the Final Hour broadcast heard every Monday from 12 midnight to 5 a.m. in the morning on The Street 919 FM radio. Here my mom, Pastor Helen Garcia, and myself, Pastor Valentine Garcia Jr., preach the Word of God to the elderly, youth, and children. We can be contacted at 629-0113 or 623-8444. The church is located at 26 Prince Street in Port of Spain. We look forward to you joining us. God bless you.
As my life I lay it on the altar, as my life.
The Gap Man Limited specializes in products that cater to all your health needs. The Male Enhancement Package targets the areas of the body that contribute to erectile dysfunction. The Male Enhancement costs $1,400. The Gap pills are priced at 250 pills for $500 and 500 pills for just $900. For the best in eye care, get the super combination of a Super Bright and the Body Healer. To improve the heart's function and circulation, get the Gap pills and Formula C. To get a total body cleanse daily, use the Gap Body Healer and Big C, all for a super low price of $1,300. To order your products from the Gap Man Limited, call 628-4531 for products that cater to all your health needs.
For more info, contact 476-7268.
The presence of oxygen is absolutely.
The time is 7 a.m. This time check is sponsored by Nescafe Ready to Drink. It just hits different.
Any playlist right, it hits different. Can you feel that shift? Nescafe Ready to Drink. On the road, we on the go. Just grab your crew and grab your bro. Hits different, it's different. Vanilla latte mocha. It's different. With Nescafe, the party never over.
Nescafe Ready to Drink.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
Good morning again to Trinidad and Tobago. We give thanks and praise again to the Almighty Creator for life, for the opportunity to continue to right the wrongs and to continue in the positive path that some of us have embarked upon. There is no perfection, right? we are human beings, we make mistakes, but there is that humility to ask for forgiveness, right? That exists, and we should always embark upon that understanding and that effort, right? The humility to recognize our shortcomings, right? That's a major one. That's the beginning. If we don't begin with that, and we don't even have that humility, then we lost. We lost in that space. And then, the ability and that effort to change and to make up for what we may do wrong. So we just running through the news today. I have a question to ask to but I ain't frightened, but I'm concerned with us as a people and the answers I might get, boy. I'm frightened. All right, so what I'll do is I'll just offer up the question now, and while we touch through the news, people can formulate and call in. 342-008-14665-391. We have the regular calls, but we also have WhatsApp as well, right? So, we in that era where some people don't even, just data is most important to them. Some people don't even have regular calls sometimes. But I want people to answer that question. Do we really believe that, our neighbor right there, the president, Nicolas Maduro, do we believe that he's really the head of a drug cartel? Do we really believe that that accusation, I don't even know if to call it an accusation, that has been put forward into the public space? We believe that? We believe that this man, and that's the reason. The lines already start. Morning, good morning.
Hi, good morning. I catch you before you go for the break there just now. Something happened to Nabingi's daughter?
Yeah, boy, yeah. Nabingi's daughter was killed in what they believe was a robbery, a botched robbery.
Oh gosh, boy.
Yeah, boy, yeah.
Boy, sorry to hear that, Nabingi, boy.
Yeah.
Condolences to you and your family, boy. I know this one will be a hard one.
Yeah.
And the vex when the Prime Minister talk about empty equip. You see? It's only who knows it.
Yeah.
Boy, take heart, boy, and that is the boss.
Yeah.
Have a blessed morning.
Yeah. Hey, listen, we asking a question this morning. Yeah. You believe what they say about Nicolas Maduro, the president of Venezuela, is a big narco terrorist? You believe that?
No, I don't believe that. Anytime America wants to invade a country, they spread all kind of propaganda. Remember Iraq, where they say Saddam was killing your own people with chemical weapons?
No, they say
the man, and the man had nothing like that.
They say the man had weapons of mass destruction. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I don't believe that.
All right, thank you very much.
They just want to get him, and that's it. They want to put their own puppet in place. I don't believe that at all.
Thank you very much.
Have a blessed day.
Yeah. Yeah, at least we could start it off with a level of consciousness and understanding. And he even drew an example. I mean, in general, Trinbagonians don't have that knowledge. I mean, some of the younger people who may not be aware of what happened in Iraq, for example, I hope we know where Iraq is, some of us, right? But literally, our American regime went into Iraq under the pretense that there were weapons of mass destruction, made those accusations publicly throughout the space, propagated it, even though other people, said no, that was not true. And they literally invaded a country, killed hundreds of thousands of people, because hundreds of thousands of people would have died. And, change and hang the president there through whatever proxy, etc. Like, this is the literal history. This is the modus operandi, is the way of operating. I mean, what stops, as another leader in the world had said before, yeah, today for me, but tomorrow for y'all, I remember it, and the clips are there on the internet for you to watch. A leader of our country saying, listen, today for me, but you see, you and you and you and you, but tomorrow, that's what they're going to come at you. And in actuality, those actual leaders who he pointed to, who laughed at him, they have actually been removed by proxies of the Americans and Israelis, whatever. We have to be conscious as a people as well. If you are conscious as an individual, people can't take you for a fool. So, wise up. And, I'm interested to hear what level the people of Trinidad and Tobago think on. My brother, morning.
Blessed morning, Fuad.
Yeah, man. What do you think?
Yeah, blessed morning. When I say blessed morning to the church, to the being family, converse, say the daughter. Collaboration that that's why I say go and take my lemon. Listen to some good foundation music now, Rastafari business now.
Yeah, goodness.
Yeah, goodness. But America is that evil place, The allegation them talk about Maduro, guns and drugs and all them kind of thing. But for let me remember Venezuela, sitting down on oil and gas there,
Yeah,
you try
of course.
to pull allegation to run in the man them country there and take the asset and take the oil and gas and all them kind. When I say what you're talking about America is one of the biggest trading partner.
Yeah, man.
And the evil and wicked, so I look to us the best.
Yeah, if I want to mash up KFC, I want to send my goons or do whatever and take it things. I go come and bad talk him, say doing this, say doing that. This time the man just trying to do what he had to do. The man trying to live and carry about himself with a certain level of dignity and respect for his people.
Yeah.
Morning.
Morning. I want to know what is your view on the stance that the PM of Trinidad and Tobago take.
What's your view, though? We asking the callers. What's your view?
Well, my view is that America just want to rule the world. But what is your view on the stance that the PM takes?
Roll the what? Roll the who?
What is your views on the
stance? Yeah, I heard the question asked. When your response, you said that America just want to roll the what?
The world. And take over everybody else. That's all.
Right. All right, blessings. Thank you very much. Yeah, 3420081466539. We had to have a certain level of understanding of what is taking place in the world. We have to be on the side of truth as much as possible. Right? So I want us to think, to just follow propaganda. Hey, morning, Prezi. Welcome.
Yeah, morning, Imam Fuad Abubakar. Morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Morning, oh God, truth. And Well, a little while we're having medical whole situation, so I didn't hear not too much these few days because I kind of out of order in a way. But the program this morning, I'm putting something a little bit in it, in the sense that the condolence to Naya Bingi daughter, in the sense that I didn't really know them much, but condolence anyway to the sense. And we go to the topic that when time you start this morning and listening something, and I so much as they want to talk about unity and organize.
Yeah.
Watching the world how we're going right now, and if we really can't see that as a people of a diaspora, or poor as people who pour on their beliefs, I'm putting in that word, they frank comment serious. Because even over the care, what is the situation of what's going on with Ibrahim torturing? And watching that, even when we talk about America, but it's a whole northern part of the world that have a eye and a hand and a foot and everything they have. They so want that it so stand up, they'll bully to Africa. Now listening here this morning, and I ask a question if you really believe that Maduro is a cartel. Well, we know cartelism going on all around the area. Yeah, all around. Even by we have cartelism, but that's the reason to put so much warships in the Caribbean. Think about it. But then look at it again. You ask a good question, because I remember when Russia started to deal with Ukraine, and look how it spread. It spread to America, helping Ukraine. Now Trump want to help again. Trump telling him, see, we could stop now, because here we're going. You won't go in.
Yeah.
So America pay Russia. So he can't do what Ukraine should do. Anyway, he's trying to stop them. But then look at that, Russia still like America right now. America ain't getting no oil, he ain't getting no gas, he ain't getting nothing. I always know that will happen. I know that will happen from beginning, that you're going to find some way to get gas and oil. That answers your question. That is why I so much worship wrong we Trinidad and Tobago people. You think I like that? By we, I don't know who in the center, you know. Guyana somewhere so, England somewhere so, Barbados somewhere so, Haiti quite up down so. We in the middle of the thing, you know. I don't know what CARICOM doing. I see what CARICOM doing. How CARICOM could talk in this? CARICOM have any kind of voice when America wants the oil and the gas and the material from Venezuela? But I remember Venezuela stand up towards Guyana. Come on, bullies we really are. When they're talking about the G7, who is it G7? I wonder if we could control the G7 when the G7 ruling the world under tyranny and brutishness.
Yeah, I stop in you there because the line's busy. So let me take some other views.
I just let go straight so we to pull my mind together and see what's really happening. I'm going to that then.
Yeah, thank you very much. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Assalamu alaikum, brother.
Wa alaikum salam.
I never cease to inform the people and them and educate them. Is the most important thing Allah says, to educate the people and them. The people and them not supposed to stop educating themselves until they die. Good morning, Mr. West.
And we go educate each other. All of us, we will educate each other and in our little communities and on the block. And when we line in and we have a conversation, we will enlighten others. Because we can't just take what they say. People can't just tell me, a man is this. You can't just tell me, he's a criminal just so use at this.
Yeah.
Nah, come on, nah, man. Give me a break now.
Forward areas, preemptive strike. The first time they blow up the building, right? Before they come out with this preemptive strike, right? They try to pass it with the Oklahoma City bombing. with Timothy McVeigh and Terry Nicholas. They executed them two fellas with lethal injection. They claim that they rent a Hertz vehicle and park it by the Oklahoma City building. Or when the bomb explode, right? And the first responder, the reporters and them come and ask the CIA. The CIA had a floor where they had their intelligence there. And when the reporters and the first responders came and asked the CIA agent what is going on, they say somebody rent a Hertz vehicle and park it there and blow that building, right? And they ask them, what are you doing right now? He said that they're defusing a bomb inside the building, right? How if a man if Timothy McVeigh and Terry Nicholas park a Hertz building in front of the CIA building, what a bomb doing inside the building was a preemptive strike. And Iraq forward was a preemptive strike. They make the case, the Homeland Security forward, they have preemptive strike. If they perceive a country has nuclear and biological weapon, they will invade a country for a preemptive strike because what they perceive, right? They don't want them to do the reoccurrence of the September 11. So they blow up their building and come out in this law with the Homeland Security with preemptive strike. So they make the case. They make the case with Iraq, right? They have Condoleezza Rice and Colonel Powell make that case. Colonel Powell was his U.S. Secretary General at the highest level, an African man. And Condoleezza Rice was an African woman as the highest in the country for the United States making this war. Colonel Powell hold up a vial and say if Iraq have a small amount of this grade of plutonium, they will destroy the whole area. Was lie, Baka, because 20 years they bombing Iraq and destroy Iraq. They kill a million people in the first invasion when they invade Iraq, and they kill a million people. And up to now, 25 years after Baka, they never find weapon of mass destruction. Was a preemptive strike for regime change. And Baka, after that, they come out with the oil for food program. And after that oil for food program, kill millions of people under starvation. That is the worst kind of starvation to kill somebody, Baka. Not the actual bombing or gunshot, send you home one time to the creator. But when you starve somebody to death and hear a hunger in the belly, that's why Allah say fast, say God know that is an evil thing that you're starving people to death. More people die under the oil for food program, under the US embargo on that country. They put in Terry Aziz, right, was making the case forward, and all the inspection team was down in Iraq prior to that invasion. The IAEA, Mohammed El Baidad was the head of the IAEA. France had the inspections team, and 12 other countries, England, Brazil, and Australia had an inspection team down there, right? And none of them never see weapon of mass destruction, but they had a prelude for the pretend for the invasion.
Yeah.
So this man, Dr. Richard David Kelly, right, from England, right? I think you're from America or England, right? Say that he see weapon of mass destruction, right? But when Dr. Richard David Kelly, the BBC, called him to give him an interview, well, only he alone see weapon of mass destruction when all this IAEA and all inspection team from all around the world never see no weapon of mass destruction, right? Only Dr. Richard David Kelly, right? So BBC called him for an interview. And in the interview, he said the CIA sets up the dossier, right, to make that preemptive strike. In a couple days after, they find Dr. Richard David Kelly dead in a room, in a hotel room.
Yeah, leave it there, because I know you could go on and give us much more details of the deception. Right, Blessings?
Sorry about taking so long.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. The constant deception that takes place before they do what they want to do. But we have to have sense. Morning caller, welcome.
Hey, morning, brother Flood.
Yeah, give me an answer first. You believe that story where they hitting us where the president of Venezuela is a narco-terrorist? You believe that?
Well, sir, I was now going to give my take on that as a Trinidadian and a Tobagonian. I'm not following it in too much detail. I just see the headline, so I really can't give an answer. My mindset is we need to stay focused on Trinidad and Tobago. I just thinking, the conversations like the postponing of Independence Day celebrations added to this new Venezuelan issue. I get the feeling that is a cycle to just distract the little developments that we have been making as a society and the mindset. So I won't stay too long on the line. I just feel we really need to stay focused. You know, if we didn't involve ourselves in any activity or anything like that, we need to stay focused and just, you know, redevelop our country and economy going forward.
Certainly, thank you very much. Of course, what goes on in our right in the international waters next to us, you know, would have an effect on us, right? This is one of our closest neighbors. And whatever happens will impact us. And the global economics and the global policies of these big countries, they matter. Right? Go ahead, Mr. West. Morning.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Abubakar. Mr. Abubakar, I have a twist to the whole thing. My understanding, I've done some reading, I've done some analysis. I looked at some of those commentators up the Caribbean, Jamaica right down. I listened to Dukaran, I listened to this guy from Gonzales from the International Relations faculty at UWI and all these different people. But amidst all that, where is Trinidad in the whole thing in terms of our prosperity and our development? Our change in our present circumstance, in terms of crime, in terms of employment, in terms of overcoming the challenges, the economic challenges that lie ahead. How do we deal with the problem of, because I'm saying that we're in a dilemma, because I am saying in the morning, America could say, listen, you see that Exxon thing, we don't want that. Right? You impose sanction on Exxon, and you have no deep water drilling. Right? You have no, I'm saying we no power. The idea that people all about the place talking and running here and there and this and talking. Trinidad has, look, America has imposed sanctions and tariffs on their own allies. The whole of Europe campering. They have to run and bend their knee in America. You're dealing with a different animal in the White House. And I'm saying that we have to be very skillful. We have to be very careful in how we circumvent our relationship with America. Because I'm saying that our country depends right now on that oil outside there with Exxon and those companies there. We depend on that oil refinery that we're trying to revamp. And we may, in fact, we don't have the money to invest there. We may have to depend on foreign investment. And therefore, they can stymie that. They could collapse that. So I'm saying that it's an unenviable task of any government, given the present state of affairs, in maneuvering what is taking place today. So as your caller said before, I am focused here. That is what I'm focused on, because we ought to be in a mess. And I'm saying that we don't have any the kind of leverage that some people feel that we don't have that. And people who are analysts sometimes, and those so-called experts, they don't have to run any country, you know. They're not accountable to any population or electorate, you know. They could stay in the university in a faculty office and talk all kind of nonsense. But the challenge is with those people who govern. So I'm saying I am worried. My thing is this, is that if in fact you unable to negotiate or probably to deal with the power, the world power now, we could suffer. Because in the morning, I just don't want to be repetitive, that Exxon thing could come to zero. We saw it with Dragon Gas. And there are some people, and I want to declare whether who like it or who don't like it. The fact that Dragon Gas deal was it was stopped to some extent. What we are saying here is that they are happy if, in fact, there's no Exxon, they put sanction on Exxon and there's no drilling for oil and gas out there. That refinery can't get back up. That is what is power, adversary politics in this country. People have their own interests, and Trinidad has its own interests. And those I'm not hearing this guy from Jamaica, Holness. Holness is a very astute individual. Mia Motley today, she's dancing all over the place, but you have people running up and down the place about, I am not concerned with Trinidad's interest. the national interest of Trinidad and Tobago. That is what I'm concerned about.
Yeah, I think you've been explicitly clear on your position.
Thank you.
Yeah. And I know that people would appreciate that as well. And I appreciate that perspective as well. And I've said it a number of times here, that we have the ability to conversate about certain things without the challenge that our leaders face in terms of the actual governance and balancing budgets and achieving revenue to meet the expectations of our people. So I think very, very early on, I was explicitly clear, and I'm continuously clear on that topic as well, that it is not an enviable position. Managing the monkey pants. Trinidad blessed, yes, we have the resources, yes, we have certain things, but managing that monkey pants and dancing in between the elephants as grass. But we as a people have to have the understanding so that we appreciate what is going on. And we are not carried away one way or the next. In the Caribbean, like you say, Mr. West, Miss Mia Motley, she had to do a dance. You have to do a dance because you have a moral perspective on what is taking place. And that moral perspective offers you a certain level of clarity. But at the same time, you have the reality of the situation that you are in. And therefore, in that recognition, you prepare the minds of your people to know where we are, what we're dealing with, if we're stooping at a certain point to conquer. And then we prepare ourselves as a society to move to greater independence. I mean, imagine a quoting again. I have to quote the Minister of Agriculture, because he said there really isn't any real independence if you do not feed yourself. And he stating that, but we have been taught this time and again. We have been taught this time and again by all of our leaders. So we have to find ourselves in a better position. But do not for a second get carried away with our programming. I didn't need to ask anybody their opinion, and the caller prior who trying to ask me my opinion. You don't have to ask me my opinion. I have been abundantly clear. I giving you a next bite, you're calling.
Yeah, boy, I'm really taking the next bite. Because the fact remains is that I hear Dr. West, I hear the brother who looking to see about and say about that we see about Trinidad. Okay, we always have a problem to see about Trinidad, and we will have it afterwards still. And we have to do that unified. We have to do that. But you see, this thing in the Caribbean here, right now, all this Exxon and the Exxon we talking and all the gas and everything, and we didn't have no control because we had all gas sanctions. And so that we have to, as I say, use the word CARICOM, what all these heads of CARICOM government doing, and if they could do, because right now, the bully on top, the bully there. We have to defend, if we can defend. I hear Sister Carrera sometime about opposing Venezuela president, and I don't know if she was in the Caribbean right now and see if she could defend herself here, if there's anything, so that
We have to look to see where we are, how we dealing with this matter. I don't want to talk too much, but I think I'm talking some kind of thing here. That we know we have a problem, we have to unite to do that. We keep on doing that, organize, associate, organize, and group ourselves, see ourselves. We have to do that. But this situation we have in the Caribbean right now, oh, you think again. I'm going to be already. Think again.
Yeah, thank you very much. 342-008-146-65391. And there's so many answers sometimes that may seem to be straightforward, but you actually have to be careful, especially when you are in certain positions. But we as a public, have that level of independence at times. I have less independence sitting behind this mic. I have more responsibility. But then the responsibility becomes even greater. And I'm saying that we understand where we are, the position that we find ourselves in. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam, man. Peace be unto you, brother.
Yeah, man, right? The question now, first, people power to the people.
Power to the people.
All right. The question you ask if you believe that Maduro involved, we can say, because we know that the Latin American deal with that. His country close to us, and we just get a problem. Whether he dealing or not, we can't say. But I just remember Iraq, the weapons of mass destruction that never raised its head. I remember that there's 5 countries that need to be annihilated in 7 years. I see the event at Iran coughing hard. So they come out Venezuela. This is how I see it. Okay?
Yeah, man. Well, you're answering it in a kind of way. They say the man is a narco-terrorist, you know. They say he heading a state that is involved. The state, you know, not people in the country, you know, involved in narco-terrorism, you know. I mean, that's a
serious allegation.
They put $50 million on the man's head.
Yeah.
I see over the weekend a guy in Colombia taking down the banner. They're putting up banners offering the $50 million, advertising it to the public in a country neighboring your country. I mean, oh God.
We must be concerned.
I mean, oh gosh.
You must be concerned.
It just, okay. It goes far. And then, so in my faith, which I know you would have some understanding of that faith as well, they say when people come to you with news, ascertain the truth. And then if it is someone who is accustomed to lying, you have to take it with even a bigger grain of salt.
Bigger pinch.
Oh God, these people, they lying over, and historically they have lied. They lie and say we's less than human, we's half a human, and all kind of thing.
I will listen to you off there.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, my God.
Oh God, it's not easy. But we understand our administrations, you know. We understand the monkey pants they're in. But we have to have a way to work ourselves out. Welcome, caller. Morning.
Yeah, Mr. Good morning to you. For what?
Yeah, man. Morning, Kingsley.
And good morning to the listeners, international and local. Because it have many people from Trinity also. We have many foreigners who love to come here for Carnival and enjoy themselves because of this beautiful country. And they know this country is a peaceful country.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I must say this. Do you know our head of state, our head of state of Trinidad and Tobago? You know her history on her stand on Maduro? Do you know her history on her stand? Do you know the history of the stand of Maduro with Dr. Rowley, the people give Kamala a mandate, same way how they give Donald Trump a mandate in America to carry out her and the country policy. And it reached now, it's pick a side in this issue. And if you will listen to me for the past 2 months, I'm calling you on this program, I stand at the way of America. And I fully endorse Kamala Prasad for opening our waters. We are being protected now from our borders, from our fishermen, in attack from these Venezuelans. We are being protected now by aliens coming to our country and doing what they want in our country. We're being protected now in this country. Our country will be wealthy again. Our country will be rich again. And this is not about religion, you know. This is about bread and butter and survival. That was this is about 6 war in Congo. The media don't want to remember that legacy. 6 war. Donald Trump solved 6 war. Pakistan and India was going at it. He said, no, let me do trade, let me do business, let me do bread and butter. Why are we going down this road? I have a different point of view. I have a different point of view.
And your point of view is welcome. We have no problem with people expressing different points of view here.
Because I fully endorse the leader. I fully endorse the head of state of my country. I support the prime minister by never recognizing Nicolas Maduro. Because how you could tell me, I sure what you could tell me your children have visa to go America. If you don't like America so bad, why are you going for visa? We dependent on America. Tell me.
Yeah,
we depend on Phoenix with our bread and butter.
Yeah.
Our trade, our business. Forgive me sometime, please. Not
too long though. Not too long.
No, not too long. But our bread and butter, it is on because it's simple. It's common sense, you know. Because we don't want women playing in man sports. We are against that. We are against transgender. If people believe in the religion, because the right and the left. The left is the wrong. The right we go on. And if we are saying that we are country, because it is no doubt about it today that Kamala Prasad Bisasa, when she was in opposition, twice, she did not recognize Nicolas Maduro, because over 6 million people running. They're all over the world from Venezuela. They're all over the world. Anybody running from America, people running into America. We have family up there. We have aunts. We have sisters. We have grandparents. We have brothers. Our ancestors fight for America. Our ancestors toil for America. So we belong to America. We belong to represent America too. And this is not about 100 years ago, 400 years ago. We can't hold Donald Trump for his ancestors, for what his ancestors do to us. We can't hold Donald Trump for that, what his ancestors did to us. Let's go on. And what I happy that what my ancestors do. That today I could be in this country free because they fight in the world. But this is my point of view. I know many people be vexed, but I stand on the side of Kamala Prasad Bisasa, saying that she opened the way anytime he believed that he could mobilize 400 people at one bomb. It's one bomb.
Yeah. So the question was at the start, do you believe, or you're gone there, right? So if you get a chance to call back, the question was, do you believe that whole rhetoric that has been put out by the United States, that Maduro, the president of Venezuela, is a narco-terrorist, you know? Do you believe that is true? Right? That was the question at the start. And it is not so much about whether we support the government or not, this particular political entity that is now in government. It is our understanding of what is taking place. Because sometimes governments, because of the position that your country is in, they do not have the ability to speak on things the way that individuals like us would have. They do not have the elasticity to go towards speaking about issues the way that we can, right? So don't feel it's about party. It's not about that per se. Right? Morning, brother. Welcome.
Good morning, Fuad. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Good morning to you, listeners. Well, I won't say long. And you asked the question is if the citizens believe the rhetoric that America has put out. I don't believe, right? And you're supposed to know, right, what the stands I taken this morning. And I find it, you didn't engage Kingsley. You understand? Nobody's not against America. What they say they want to come and do, but we know America, understand, and a lot of people give history about America, right? And what their policy is. They say one thing and the agenda is something else, right? And I don't want to go into that debate, but what you supposed to know better than what is taking place in Venezuela, what the media, the American media is perpetrating around the world. I understand you suppose, and I find you didn't engage Kingsley, right? Kingsley, everybody entitled to their own opinion, but we know American agenda, right? If there's coming to put some kind of respect to the borders within the narco trafficking, the drug trafficking within the Caribbean waters, all well and good, but America as a country cannot be trusted, yeah? And Mr. West and I think 2 callers before you had give a clear idea, understands, understand, and this is not about party right now, this is not about party, it's the right thing for Trinidad and Tobago and its allies in the Caribbean, locked on and listening. A lot of people, a lot for me to say, but some of their callers already make it clear that what this whole thing is all about, and I'm locked on and listening.
Yeah, thank you very much. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Yeah, good morning, sir. The question you ask, I say yes, he is. Maduro is. Simply because his people are running from his country, not only now, for years. Also, they have a ransom, $50 million. You understand? Because $50 million, nobody had no objection to say, well, why they have that on his head. So definitely he is what he is, what they say he is. Also, America always going and plundering and whatever in countries, I agree with that 100%. But at the same time, Venezuela is close to us. And for security reasons, I am comfortable that America is there. And I definitely know that Maduro is involved in a lot of criminal activities. Thank you.
All right, yeah. Thank you very much. So, a very interesting view there. I'm going into full colloquial, very interesting view there. And I understand that people trying to wrap their heads around the situation. Certainly, I am not trying to shape the view too much, but I want people to explain and express themselves in a clear manner and think about the issue. And I know that there are a lot of Trinbagonians, as I've seen, who are able to think about things clearly. Welcome, caller.
Yeah, but that last caller, that's about the blind leading the blind. Because if you ask him to label out all the criminal activities Maduro involved in, he can't tell you.
Yeah.
Right?
Thank you very much, caller. I mean, we can see and we can listen and we can hear the reasoning that is being offered. All right? I know one commentator was speaking and saying that listen, if they were coming to deal with narco trafficking, then it would not be this type of battleships destroyer, that coming into the space. You know, I saw press releases from a number of other organizations within the Caribbean region, you know, saying that it does not add up. The actions that are being taken, the troops that are being sent, does not add up to the threat that exists. The predominant routes for cocaine travel, you know, are not in those waters, in that space. And intervention to stop the trade of drugs, cocaine especially, is not going to be alleviated by this particular action. So people, when you add it up, they have a certain level of skepticism. And like we have all said, we know the history of this entity. It is not the people of America who, you know, like we say, we auntie, we uncle, we whoever in America living there now. Generations of Caribbean people, of African people as well, East Indians who travel, who came through indentureship, who now they're seeking a better life. But we understand the entity. And we just need to be clear about that as a people. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Yeah, that's talking for a moment again, but I to answer that question, I agree with $50 million only, and I believe yes, what it's saying about Nicolas Maduro, because it's you and all, I do my own research, because these things at your table, and now you want to debate me. You don't want to debate me on my point of view. I will debate you on your point of view. You can believe what you want to believe. I go in my way. You know what I mean? We talk wherever. You understand what I believe in, and I understand what you believe in. I go on. Right now, I'm arguing with you to try to convince you and to believe. No, if you want to believe that is your way. And on the day, one man could judge me after all the whoever we believe in you. One man could judge you as the most highest man, as God. Whatever if you believe that America is over Trump or wherever, because if you're blaming America for whatever they do, but tell me what war Trump started in the first time. Tell me what war, as I told you, during history, he solved 6 wars in the Congo, when not in Africa. He bring the people, they trying to save bread and butter, food. And that's why I deal with you know. And I deal with how a man look, or what his family do, or what his dad do, or what his brother do, ancestors do, and then deal with that. You know. I deal with policies. If I hear policies along the line, and I support the policies, what I hear along the line, I will support you. You know what I mean? I don't care the negative thing about it, but the policies, and I believe policies of what this man brings in the world, because simple thing, I guess, we was going to have electric cars, and I against electric cars, because I like the normal cars, and them, they could go whole day and whole night. Then electric cars can't go whole day, and he break it down. He said, no. He said, people must get a chance to choose which cars they want to drive. People don't know that. People, you know what America do, the world follow. That was he and the multi-billionaire, he went down in the Middle East and deal with the rich Muslims they are there. We think he did it with millions, it's trillions of dollars he did it with. Trillions of dollars and a big $400 million plane. This is what we are seeing with bread and butter. So if America is the way that our country will survive and be because that's what I believe I'm not dealing with. Because Dr. Rory say before, he and Nicolas Maduro is friends, and he just support our agenda, and he come out brave and say he and Nicolas Maduro is friends. He come out brave and say he ain't getting in, but this, and I want to tell them this. If you put a statement saying that Barker, I support Venezuela or Nicolas Maduro, nobody will care about you, you know. You see what Kamala say there? If you always spoiling and talking about whatever, we have no say, you know. We could only talk, you know. We can't say, hey, Kamala, stop this, you know.
Yeah.
Only how we could do that. 200,000 people, 200,000, 400,000 people in the street
like how England, Germany, Israel, Gaza, people put the same guys on this how. There are not 5,300 people. They have to go. They have to go over 200. You will have to see it. So I understand that people think, but we have no say on this here. We could only talk. The people have a say in power. And the people in power.
Time limited, Kingsley. Yeah, thanks.
Thank you very much, brother. Sorry for again.
No problem. Yeah. I think you're having a little difficulty as well. Maybe even convincing yourself. I understand in terms of Mr. West and some others were a little bit clearer in stating that our internal interests are extremely important, and therefore it is challenging for our government in the way that they articulate themselves, given that we're in a tough position economically and otherwise. And that is accepted 100%. And for people who support the current government and who support our Prime Minister now, our present Prime Minister, that is understood. But we just have the clarity to understand the wider picture of the international powers that exist and the way that they act towards the wider world. We understand that. That's the consciousness and the clarity that we are bringing. Because if we have that clarity, then we are in a position now where we know we need to put ourselves in the future. We know that we need to work harder to create a better level of independence, food security and other things, so that we are less vulnerable, so to speak. So that we, as a people who are striving towards real independence, could work on putting ourselves in that position so we could speak with freedom. So we don't have our leaders bending and curving. And I lean on Mia Motley again, Prime Minister of Barbados, who would have articulated it quite clearly. You know, we are vulnerable so much so that if we speak about the reality and the truths that we see within the world, we stand to pay a price. We stand to pay a price where someone stronger than us militarily and economically will hit us. Someone who has very little regard for truth. Someone who moves throughout the world as though whatever they want they could take. Someone who speaks about the people of the world, the populations of the world, as though they are insignificant, and that their desires and their wishes of self-determination are second to whatever desire that they have. And I think at no point in time in the world it is more glaring in the way that, you know, some people speak nowadays. And we must, as people, as proud human beings, as God's children, feel a way, feel something in us against that wrong and against that type of advantageous speech that takes place and action. That's all. You know, so let us have some clarity on the situation. Right? Let us have that clarity and let us work as a people towards putting ourselves in a better position so that we could realize ourselves as truly independent human beings and a truly independent nation. All right, so thanks to all of the callers who would have expressed their views as well. Blessings to everyone. We'll be back tomorrow. Take care.
59 or 384-2232. Join the winning team with Pastor Alkaline John
every Wednesday from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. and every Thursday night from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m.
live on the street 919 FM as he talks about IWER, the power of